Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Tuesday, March 18th. It is 6:20 right now. We have market opening up in about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. Thing. And it looks like we are good to go here. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Sent out. All right, looks like we are good to go. Get this logged in real quick. Good. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, March 18th. It is 6:22 right now. We have market opening up in about 8 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and mark up liquidity real quick, and then we will get started shortly with our analysis for today. So let's mark up the daily liquidity right there. To the 8 hour. So we're going to use the actual contract today, not the continuous, because of the price difference yesterday. Kind of screwed up our position a little bit, but it's all good. I'll have the data over here. Also, it might be a little different than usual, but because we're rolling over to a new contract. I should have known yesterday because typically when I trade on rollover days, it's usually kind of something weird usually happens. Like what happened for yesterday's entry. But it's okay. Now I remember. And in the future, I'll keep that in mind. Going down to the 10 minute. And back down to the 1 minute here. All right, looks like we are good to go here with regards to liquidity. So closest level of liquidity above is at 42,122. Closest level of liquidity below is at 42,82. These are probably going to get hit pre-market like it normally does. So let's kind of just leave it as is. Come back and take a look at that in a few. I believe there was news this morning. So there was news over here at 5:30. Let's see, we had housing starts, building permits, industrial production month over month. A couple low impact news events here, and that was pretty much it. So we had news over here at, let's see, 5:30, 5:55, and 6:15. So 5:30. Got 555 and 615. Right on. The volatility right now is okay. It's not super good, but it's okay right now. It's currently at 15 ATR. It's actually kind of decently high right now for pre-market. Usually it's around like under 10. Right now it's at 15. So we'll kind of see what happens here shortly. So, all right, guys, looks like about half of you guys are here so far. So good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, March 18th. It is 6:26 right now. We have market opening up in about 4 minutes. I've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level above is right here at 42,122. Closest level below is at 42,82. Let's see what's here so far. Morning, Sam. Morning, Maria. Morning, Karen. Morning, Christian. Morning, Lila. Morning, everybody. Let me go ahead and mark this up as liquidity target. Liquidity target. Liquidity target. Target and target. So looks good so far. I mean, these liquidities are probably going to get hit in a few minutes when price volatility starts to pick up. Looking over here at the overall direction of trend, looking at the 4-hour, it's currently bearish right now. You can see price is below the pivots, trend meter is red. Pivots are angling to the downside. Over here on the 1-hour, price is bullish. Price is above the pivots, trend meter is green, pivots are angling to the upside, but it looks like it may be shifting to the downside here. 30-minute time frame also bullish. Trend meter is blue. Price is above the pivots. This is neutral. 10-minute here. Price is below the pivots. Trend meter is red. Pivots are angling down. Same with the 5 and same with the 1. So it's bearish right here on the lower time frames. And the higher time frames is mixed. 4 hours bearish. 1 hour is bullish. 30-minute is neutral. So we'll kind of see what happens here if price starts to shift back down. The 4 hour has been bearish pretty much forever. For like, it's been a long time now. 4 hours has been bearish since February 14th. So we'll see if it continues down. Otherwise, if it doesn't, we might have a shift to the upside, but we'll kind of see what happens as market moves along. We'll have the direction of the breakout shortly in about 2 minutes. Again, price is kind of just sitting and consolidating within this middle area right now. Looking over here at the 1-minute market profile, we have a rejection right here off the point of control. We also have a rejection right here off the value low. Looking at the 30-minute over here, price is kind of sitting right here at the value low right now. So we'll kind of see what happens in a few when the market starts to actually push around. When this 30-minute candle opens, what I'm looking for here is a possible push to the upside, possibly a break and retest of this value low, and possibly a push to the break and retest off this green line, the value low, and push up to the point of control right there. Rejection right here off the 1-hour time frame as well, off the value low. Volume profile, rejection off the value low. Price is sitting right here down the middle on the clean chart. And looking at the SR chart over here. Let's see what happens. All right, so here are the SR charts. All right, guys, we have market opening up shortly in about 15 seconds. Direction for the breakout is going to be a buy. You guys are looking to take the breakout, mark it up for you guys right here. The buy actually looks good today because you have a lot of rejections off the bottom end from the market profile. So we'll see what happens here shortly. Market's about to open. And there we go. Market is now open. Breakout's currently running in profit. Big push to the upside. This liquidity got knocked out. This candle was a little big though. I think this might have been No, it's still okay for a buy. So breakout's running right now for a buy currently. Price did push up super sharply. Candle was a little big though, so it might have been a flip. I wasn't really paying attention to it. So depending on how big this candle was here, I mean, probably could have flipped the other way. I'm not taking the breakout, so I just marked it up for you guys. But like I said, I don't really take the breakout because I don't like the movement on open. So I'll be looking for possible opportunities for the scalps here. Looks like we got a rejection right here off the point of control. Price pushed up to the point of control. Strong rejection right there off the point of control on the 1 minute, 30 minute over here. Also strong rejection right here off the point of control. We had a big spike here at the last second. So initially price was down here, and at the very last second price spiked up, bounced off the point of control right here, and now it's on its way back down. So we'll see if any opportunities come up here. Yeah, it looks like sells here might be valid because the 1 hour is also rejecting off the point of control. All of the market profiles here are rejecting off point of control. So we have the top rejection right here. Looking over here at the volume profile, there's a rejection off the value low right here. Looking at the clean chart, strong rejection off this full number, the 150 price point. And looking at the SR chart, rejection off the resistance right here. So sells are looking like possible opportunities for entry. Obviously, we'll continue to look. The lower time frames are bearish. 4 hours bearish, 1 hour is bullish, 30 minutes neutral. So for the most part, overall bias over here is more so on the sell side. And we'll kind of see what happens here shortly. Hey, brilliant. Morning. All right, so we got market open right here. We'll kind of look for some opportunities for price to come down or go up. Doesn't really matter which direction. Ideally, I'd prefer it to probably go down. So we'll see what happens here shortly. It looks like price is just going to be in this big range. I mean, if you look at this right here, it's sort of in a range right now. Not a clean range, but a range nonetheless. So it's sort of in a range right here. It's a big range. Price kind of came down right here, shot back up, consolidated, whipsawed back and forth, and then now it's kind of sat within this range. There's no more news for today. News already passed. Let's see. We had the buyers kind of push price up from right here, and then we had the sellers push price down from, I mean, basically right here. It's kind of choppy actually. So we had the sellers kind of push price back down right here, and then the buyers slightly push price back up right here. And then we have the sellers back right here. You don't really have to have this middle point. You can leave it like this. Just leave 2 lines right there, so it's a lot easier for us to kind of follow. The sellers are in control right now to some extent, but you can see here price is respecting this range. So we'll see if it breaks below. Yeah, we got price kind of just sitting around this area. Let me go ahead and check out the confluences. So this is going to be a little tricky because we do have a rejection right here off the bottom end now. So we do have a rejection right here off the value low. So the sells might be a little tricky to take, so you don't have confluences from the top end. Looking here on the 30 minute, we do have rejections off the point of control, but this happened, about 4 minutes ago. So it might be due for some retracement. The 1 hour over here as well. Rejection right there off the point of control. Volume profile. There's a current rejection on this current candle right now at the top end. Or not, price is pushing back up. Clean chart over here, we do have a rejection right here off the whole number. So rejection off the 42,100. And we have some top rejections over here off the resistance points. So there's no MPSV2 setting up yet, but it is moving in that direction. You can see price is having trouble getting past this this structure right here. There's a possible MPSV2, but this candle is looking a little big. So we got an MPSV2 setting up right here. Candle has about 40 seconds left on it. It's currently at the liquidity target. Again, looking over here at the confluences, it's going to be a bit of a tricky entry if it does end up closing red. We have rejection right there off the value low. So market profiles are pointing towards a sell. Looking over here at the volume profile, possible sell as well. Clean chart, rejections on the bottom end right here off the 42.50. So that's going to be opposite. And then price is kind of right here down the middle on the support resistance. I think I'm going to hold off on entries right now, guys. It doesn't look like it's going to close as a red candle, so there's not going to be an entry there anyways. So no entry there. Even if there was an entry, I probably would have taken it because you guys can see how these candles are moving. Very unpredictable. It's still stuck within this range. So you guys can see over here, I drew this range for you guys. This range kind of set up pre-market, and then when market opened up right here, it whipsawed back and forth to just establish the range. The range here wasn't really noticeable until after this big whipsaw and open. So yeah, Sam said he's gonna wait for direction. I agree. I'm waiting for direction too. It's way too messy right here. Again, if you guys want to take the MPSV2, you look for a red candle to close below this black line right here. So you're looking for a red candle to close below this black line right here. If it does close, that's going to be an MPSV2, but you guys can see how choppy these candles are. There's no direction. Plus, there's a sessions right here. So it's a red flag. So I would personally wait. If you guys want to take the entry, I will mark it up for you guys. Again, this candle has to close below this black line right here. Doesn't close below the black line, no entry. And like, Sam said, he's waiting for direction, which I am too. There's no direction here. Price is just kind of whipsawing back and forth down this middle area. So again, MPSV2 setting up right here. It's got 40 seconds left on it. I'm not going to take this entry. I just don't like the choppiness of price. It just doesn't seem like there's much direction right now. But looking over here at the market profile, there's no confluences for a sell on the 1 minute. There's a confluence for rejection out of point of control right here on the 30. Same on the 1 hour. Volume profile, there is rejection right here off the top end. Clean chart, there is rejection right here off the whole number, 42,100. And SR, there's rejection right here off this resistance. So this candle is closing in about 5 seconds. If you guys want to take it, feel free. I'm not going to take the position. I'll just follow it for you guys. The entry is now running. So the MPSV2 is currently running right here for a sell. It does have targets down below, so it can likely hit. We have a liquidity price point right here. So liquidity target right there, another liquidity target down here as well. Looks like it's about to hit. And I don't like the choppiness of these candles here. 20-point TP might be better for today. The ATR isn't super high as it was over the past couple of weeks. It's currently at 28. So if you're going for a 30 TP, it's going to be kind of tough to hit because of the the volatility is not as high as it has been. So you guys can see here, 20 points would have hit already. 25 points would have hit too, it looks like. 25 points would have hit, 20 points would have hit. If you want to stick to the 30, that's completely fine. But like I said, the volatility here isn't as consistent as it has been in the past. So 20 points already hit right there. But if you're going for the full 30, which is completely fine, I probably would go for the full 30, full TP right there. So full TP for the MPSV2, if you guys took it, pretty much went straight through, no drawdown. And we'll continue looking for the next opportunity here. This is actually a pretty good entry because the market profile gave confirmations. So market profile is good for sells, volume profile as well, and the whole number right there, plus the support resistance. So overall, it was a good entry if you decided to take it. It was just very, very tricky how the price movement was happening, so I just personally didn't like it. So we got price down here now. Let me see if there's any support levels down here. Nice, Surin actually caught that trade, so nice work, Surin. So we got a support level down here. All right, so price is dumping a little further. It's gonna be the 1 hour support level. The drop pretty low right here. We have another level of liquidity below it. Let's see if this here swings back up from where it's currently at. So we have a value low that, or yeah, a value high actually. This is a value high from yesterday. Price is currently rejecting off the value high. I'm gonna color a line right here just so that we can see that. So we got price rejecting off the value high. I might have to wait until around 7 o'clock for entry. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm gonna look for price to kind of bounce off one of these value highs or value lows, and then possibly connect back to the upside. So we got price pushing back up right here. Might have the buyers back in control from this point. Buy signal right there, that closes. V1 variation engulfing on this candle right here. So we have the reversal pattern coming up from this point, and then this buy signal will confirm it. Once it confirms it, I'll look for some possible opportunities for confluence here. We don't have any confluences right here on the 1 minute market profile. We do have rejection right here off the value low and also off the value high. The 1 hour, we also have rejection off that same value low right there. One-minute volume profile, we do not have any rejections on here. Clean chart, we have one rejection down here off the whole number, off the 42,000. And we have price currently in the support. So price basically pulled back into the support here, and we'll see if it climbs back up higher. Let's see if we have something like that kind of play through. Nice, Brilliant got 20 points. Nice work. Yeah, solid work, guys. If you guys caught that MPSV2 right here earlier, I didn't catch it, of course. You know, like I said, we were kind of waiting for the market here to kind of prove its direction. And I just ended up shooting right through, which is a good sign. So we have a buy signal right here that came up. I don't think I'm going to be able to take an MPSV2 to the upside here, guys. Yeah, these candles are starting to get really crazy. This candle here is huge. Big, big red candle right there. It's about 55 points, 60 points. Yeah, the volatility is starting to kick in right now. We had our ETR was at 28. It's now back up to 35. So we're getting back into this high volatility. I don't know if there's anything going on right now, any breaking news. Let's see. The stock edge lower after major averages booked 2 straight winning days. About that. We'll see. All right, back to the charts here. So we got the sellers possibly back in control here again. Let's see, Samson YM NQ both opened with a big gap. NQ gap filled already, but YM still left. Let's see real quick. Yeah, huge push to the downside right here for NQ. So it looks like it came back up and retested. So if you look over here at this green, like the push to the upside, price basically broke and retest the support level that I drew earlier. So it broke and retest that level and it came back down super strong right here. I drew this range. This was like the pre-market range. The open range right here created confirmation of the range. And then price here is now coming back down further. So we got a possible sell signal over here that's currently pending. Let's go back to the market profile. So we got a rejection right here off the value low when price pushed up. Looking over here on the 30-minute, price still rejection off the point of control. Going to the 1 hour, rejection off the point of control. Volume profile, no rejection there. Looking over here at the clean chart. It's kind of a wishy-washy right now. We got a rejection right here, but also rejection right here. Support resistance, price came up, rejected off the support level right there. All right, so we have some confluences here for sell. You know, obviously, if the sell does come up, it's currently at the support level right now. So you have the sellers back in control from right here. All right, we have another possible MPSV2 setting up down here, guys, if price does come back down further. See. Confluence on the 1 minute, confluence on the 30-minute, confluence on the 1 hour. No confluence here on the volume profile, confluence on the clean chart, not quite. So I kind of would like to see a retest of this level right here, the 42,000 price point, and then possibly a pushback down. So I'd like to see something like that here on the clean chart. No rejection right here off the 42,000. Like before we get that MPSV2 over here. There's nothing down here on the SR chart. We have a possible MPSV2 setting up right here. The market profile does provide opportunity for confirmation from above. So this would have to close like for sure down here. It can't be bouncing back and forth at the last second for me to take this entry. I'll be watching it here, but I need to make sure that this for sure closes below it. See, I don't like how it's kind of bouncing right here. It needs to for sure close below this point. If it keeps bouncing around, I'm just going to sit out on this one. So, Brock, morning. We got 15 seconds left on this candle. It's got to close below here. It's not looking like it. We got about 5 seconds left. I'm not going to take this entry even if it closes below. It's at the last second here. So no entry there. Did not close below that black line. Let's go back and look at the confluences again. Bearish on the 4 hour, bearish on the 30-minute, bearish on the lower time frames. The rejection's like way up here. It's about like 5 minutes ago. See, the thing is, this candle's huge. It's 30-minute candle, so it might be kind of tricky to be getting in for a further drop here. So it does not look like we're going to get that entry for an MPSV2 down here. Huge green candle right here. We're going back into this big range. Looks like a new range might be established within this middle area right here. So kind of wait here and see what happens in a few. Yeah, there's no entry there. Okay, I'm taking this off. So does not look like we're going to get an entry here for an MPSV2. I mean, who knows? Price may come back down at some point, but at this very moment, there is no entry for MPSV2. Price would have to break and close below this black line right here. A possible buy signal here pending. If the buy signal closes, we'll see if price pushes back up. I don't have any confluences here for a buy, so I'm not really looking to take any buys here right now. I'm probably gonna have to wait until 7 o'clock, guys. Like I said earlier, probably gonna have to wait until 7 o'clock because there's just no confluences for a buy. The sells here is still pretty valid though. I mean, if you want to take the sell here, again, it would have to close below this black line. Price action is not the best. Confluence is still okay for the sell. Glenn's asking if 30-30 is okay with this ATR. Yeah, it should be fine. ATR is 36 right now. It's 34, so it's kind of bouncing around. 30 should be fine. All right, another penny buy signal here. Price still has not closed below this black line, so still nothing there. Cody, CJ said Cody is sleeping like he has 2 full-time jobs with a wife and kids to support. That dude's knocked out. He's not ready for. It's like he knows, right? He knows that the market here is going to be slow right now, so he's just chilling. Well, when he wakes up, you'll know. You'll know it's time. All right, so there's nothing here right now. We have a current buy signal that's currently pending. This here looks like it's probably going to close. Maybe, maybe not. Got a few seconds right there, and it's going to close. All right, so it closed right there. We have the buyers back in control from this point. So we have a bit of a choppy range right now, as you guys can see. We had a big range right here on open, price range for a bit, broke below, and then now we're in a bigger range right here. It's basically still respecting the older. It's respecting the older range. It's basically just created a new support. Prillium said, I think is this a gap or a contract rollover? What are you referring to, Prillium? I don't see any gaps here on the chart right now. If you're talking about the rollover from last night, so you're talking about the one that rolled over to Asia session, this was a contract rollover. If you're talking about what happened over here. Where was it? Yeah, if you're talking about this right here, this is contract rollover. It's not a gap. It just rolled over from March to the June contract. That's why I had this huge opening right here. If that's what you're referring to. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to. Because that's the only gap I can see from there. All right, so we got a buy signal right here. Price, if price pushes above this black line now, this will be an NPSV2 for a buy. Looking over here at the confluences, I don't see any confluences here for a buy, so I'm not really looking to take a buy entry right now. So if you guys want to take it, again, I will mark it up for you guys if it comes up. There's like one confluence right here, rejection off the whole number, 42,000. And that's about it. There's no other confluences here from the bottom end. So we got nothing here right now. If you guys are looking to take NPSV2 for a buy, it's got to close above this black line right here. All right. Nothing here right now. Hey, what's up, Mike? Mike said, Sean, not trading related, but how did you do in Houston? We did pretty good, actually. We did like upper percentile. I think we did like 15 out of everyone in that specific division, which was pretty good. I think it was 150 people. So we did pretty decent. I mean, I didn't do good. I did worse than I expected, but overall time wise, it was pretty solid. Like it's like basically basically top. But I was racing against like, the elite people in the race. It was like a qualifier race. So I knew I was going to win the race, but did pretty good overall. Now I'm off for off season until December. Kind of messed up my knee on the race. So I'm going to chill out for a bit. But it was fun though. Fun race. I'm kind of out of it though. I've been doing these races for the past pretty much every month for the past year. So I think this was like my sixth or seventh race. So it's time for me to take a break. It was a good time though. It was a great time. So we have a possible sell signal here that's currently pending right now, guys. It is 6:55. We have 5 minutes till 7 o'clock. The reason why I'm waiting for 7 o'clock is because this 30-minute candle is going to close at 7 o'clock. And also this 1 hour candle is going to close. So once this candle closes at 7 o'clock, we're going to look for some rejections here. Let's see. So what I'm possibly going to look for is I kind of want price to push up a little bit from where it's currently at. See, it's down here right now. I want it to push up a little bit so that when the next candle opens, we can get a rejection off this value high, and then it can come back down further. That's kind of what I'm looking for right there. So I can start looking for some sells. So I'm kind of just, I want to time this entry properly where when the candle closes, the opportunity may arise. That's kind of what I'm looking for right here. And that's perfect because look what's happening here now. See how price is pushing up? It's doing exactly what I'm wanting it to do. So like I said, here on the 30-minute, looking for price to close closer to this value high right here. And then same with the 1 hour. I want it to close closer to this value high right here so I can get that double rejection, right? Double confluence. I'm kind of just like, I'm letting the pieces fall in place for me. I'm not guessing. I'm not predicting. I'm just waiting for the pieces to fall in place. This is what I want to see. And if this is what happens, then okay, perfect. I'm going to act on it, right? I think that's the thing that a lot of people need to understand with trading. It's like, it's not about predicting. It's more so just kind of having some sort of framework, like, okay, I want this to happen. And then if it does happen, then I'm going to act on it. Not like, oh, this is going to for sure happen. Because I feel like that's what happens with a lot of people. They say, oh, this is for sure going to happen. And they just enter right away, right? Without even waiting for it, the confirmation. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. That's going to be the first area of rejection. So basically we have 3 minutes until 7 o'clock. Again, I'm hoping for this to kind of not push too far down because I don't want it to be too far from this value high. I want it to basically close somewhere around this area very closely, climb up, bounce off, and then come back down. So I can get my MPSV2 right back down here. Looking at the clean chart, price is pretty much ranging, consolidating around these, it's kind of pulling back to the 42,000. So if you look over here on the clean chart, we actually have a little bit of a consolidation range, like around this area. Right here, it's kind of just ranging between the whole number of the 42,000 price point. See how price is kind of going back and forth right here? So this whole number right here, the 42,000, this is acting like a magnet. It just pulls price right back, pushes down, pulls it back up, pushes up, pulls it back down, pushes down, pulls it back right back up. Kind of just gets right back to this middle area right there. All right, so we got price kind of just sitting here. Again, we have 1 minute until 7 o'clock. Price is respecting this lower liquidity zone right here. So what I'm looking for here again is I'm looking for this candle to close, look for it to bounce off the value high, and then come back down. Then I'll look for my possible opportunity for MPSV2 somewhere down the middle. Got the candle closing in about 30 seconds. The higher, the better. Otherwise, I'll like to see this push up a little bit and then come back down, of course. All right, candle's closing right now, about 20 seconds. Let's see, Christian said if it makes an MPSV2 to the upside, it's going to be an A++ setup. Nice, yeah, I can see that, Christian. So we had engulfing, engulfing, engulfing. If it closes back above, then it'll be an A++ with the MPSV2. All right, we got the 7 o'clock candle here now. Let's see if price comes back down or if it stays above. We're currently sitting right here at this liquidity. We don't have any more liquidity down here until we get way down at this bottom area. So we got a possible sell signal here that's currently pending. It's trying to break below that support level. We don't have any confluences here on the 1 minute. Actually, we might. Let's see, we have a old value high over here. Okay, so we do have a rejection right here off the value high. It's an older value high right here. So kind of what I'd like to see here is possible push to the upside. I actually would like to see a push to the upside right here. Rejection off the value high, then come back down. The 1 hour over here, there's I mean, same thing here. It's a little tricky because we have rejections on, or we don't have any rejections yet, but the rejections can happen on both ends. But looking at this right here, it's pretty much, okay, so this is perfect. This is exactly what I said was going to happen, right? Look how price is pushing up. I want it to push up and I want it to bounce off this value high. So I'm waiting for right there. There's no sell signal yet, so still has not confirmed anything yet. Let's see, Glenn's asking, what's the settings for your TPO, Sean? So I have default settings. I don't change the settings for the TPO. I just took off a couple of things. Like I took off the blocks, took off the volume. So I can just kind of see where the lines are at. So my TPO settings are at default. My blocks are set to 30 minutes. So basically every 30 minutes they adjust. But for the most part, they're pretty much, they're just default settings. Hey, what's up, Larry? Larry said, hey guys, my name is Larry, new to this chat. Congrats on finishing High Rocks Houston over the weekend, Sean. High Rocks is definitely a fun experience. Yeah, no, it's a ton of fun. I think you did the LA Marathon, right? Congrats to you too, man. That's next level. I'm not a marathon runner. I like doing the endurance stuff, but not full on marathons. So big congrats to you doing that. Yeah, High Rocks is fun. It was my first pro race, so it was my debut in pro, which was cool. Did 103, so it was all right. I was hoping for a sub hour, aiming for like about 55. 55 is sub hour. But it's cool. I'll come back next race and try to hit that. Yeah, that's kind of all I do. All I do is trade. All I do is make money and hit the gym. That's literally, and that's kind of why I'm so consistent with my trading, guys, because I have a routine in play. I feel like a lot of people don't have a routine with trading. It doesn't have to be the gym, right? You could have any other thing that you like to do. I feel like with a lot of people, they stay on the charts for a little too long. And that's what causes people to like lose or like blow accounts. For me, I'm only trading between 6:30 and 8. So once 8 o'clock hits, I'm like, all right, I gotta go. And I gotta go walk the dogs and go to the gym and this and that. So it prevents me from making mistakes and over trading. I feel like that's the biggest problem with a lot of people. They don't have a routine to follow. And I know, like you guys know how addicting trading can be, of course, right? You just want to be on the charts all day, literally all day. And you guys got to realize that the more that you're on the charts, like sure, you can make more money, but the odds of you losing the money are more likely. And I feel like a lot of people fail to realize that. All right, so we got the rejection right here off the 30 minute like I wanted. So I'm going to be looking for that sell, guys. We have the rejection here off the value high, rejection right here off the value high, rejection right here off the value high, rejection right here off the value low in the volume profile. I'll clean this up, the clean chart. There's a rejection right here. For the SR chart, there is nothing here yet. So overall, we have some pretty nice top rejections here. The clean chart, we don't have a top rejection, but everything else, it's looking pretty decent. We have a bottom rejection right here off the clean chart, actually. Yeah, we'll kind of see what happens over here. So price is still respecting the support level. I drew the support level about 30 minutes ago, and it's still respecting it right here. So it fakes out below. I mean, it's faked out below a couple times. Fake out, push up, fake out, push up, fake out, push up. So we kind of want to see price stay below this area. So like stay below this area and then possibly drop down further from there. It's going to take some time, but I mean, what it looks like here is that it's really just kind of sitting around this area. But again, the sells are looking good when they do come up. So we're not going to predict any sells here. We're just going to wait for the sells to come to us. Once the sells appear and it looks like we have a sell opportunity for MPSV2, I want to jump at it because the rejections here are still, they're going to be here for like the next 30 minutes to an hour. So we still have this rejection here and it's going to stay there for a while. So if price ever comes back down, I already know we have confluences here on the market profile. And the volatility really died down over the past, let's see, 20 minutes or so. We had this big push right here, and I thought price was going to keep dropping, or it looked like it was going to keep dropping. But it really just went into consolidation. So price dropped right here, and then now it's been consolidating for the past 20 minutes or so. So we kind of just got to wait. Mike said, those damn 9 to 5 jobs can get in the way of that. I mean, that's actually kind of a good thing for you, Mike. You know, since you got your own business that you're running and stuff, like you're busy too. You can't be on the charts all day, every day. You know, I feel like during COVID, that's where like the trading addiction really kicked in for a lot of people because like everyone had free time, right? We were in lockdown, we had nothing to do. It was a pro and con for like depending on the person. For me, it was good because I spent a lot of that time learning and getting better at trading. And then I had friends that, you know, during COVID, they just had so much free time. They were on the charts all day and they just kept trading like their actual accounts. So they ended up blowing accounts after accounts after accounts. For me, it was like I stuck to my I stuck to my edge. And then after I was done, after 8 o'clock passed, I would just kind of hang out for a bit and then just trade on a demo account or something like that. So yeah, no, the 9 to 5 can get in the way, but it is good that it forces you not to trade. So we have a possible MPSV2 setting up right here, guys. If this closes above the black line, it's going to be an MPSV2 for a buy. I just don't have confluences on the bottom side. So there's no confluences right here for buys for me yet. So I'm not necessarily looking to take this here if it closes. There's like literally no confluences, nothing on the support resistance, nothing on the, or I technically there's one over here on the clean charts, rejection off the whole number right here, the 950. But looking over here on the volume profile, there's nothing there. There's nothing here on the 1 hour, nothing on the 30, nothing on the 1 minute. It's just not a good setup right now. So if you guys want to take this as an NPSV2, I don't have any confluences here for me to want to take it. But if you guys do want to take it, price would have to close above this black line right here. Mike said it's really just a BS excuse not to take me. Yeah, I know. It's it's a love-hate game, of course. You know, like, oh, I need to trade. I use that excuse so many times too, Mike. Trust me. For the longest time, I used to always use that excuse. I knew I had stuff to do after 8 o'clock, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay on the charts for a little bit. The market's gonna get better. But you know, even like I think a couple of these guys here helped me with like some testing, like Christian actually. Christian looked at the entries after 8 o'clock, and he saw that there were actually way more losses than wins. So it was kind of pointless to trade after 8 o'clock. So thanks to him for like doing the back testing on that, or back testing and forward testing to realize that, you know, the edge is edge. Like my edge is between 6.3 and 8, and I'm just gonna keep sticking to that edge because anything after that is usually bad news for me. So we got a possible sell signal here that's currently pending right now, guys. Sell signal is pending. We do have confluences here for a sell, of course, 1 minute market profile, 30-minute market profile, 1 hour market profile. Nothing here on the clean chart right now, but again, like I said, I'm probably going to be looking for some sells here for the most part. If the buys come up, great. If you guys want to take them, feel free to take them. We actually do have a rejection right here off the buy side now for the 1 hour, or sorry, the 1 minute. So we have a bottom rejection right here. It's not enough for me to take because it's just one confluence. 30-minute, there's no bottom rejection. 1 hour, no bottom rejection. Volume profile, nothing there. Clean chart, there's no bottom rejection here. And the SR, I'm gonna try to find, no, there's no zones here yet. Let me go over here real quick and see if there's any, there's some gapped areas right here right now. Yeah, the cells here look good for the most part. Yeah, for sure, we have gaps right there. Yeah, I'm most likely going to be looking for a sell here, guys. I don't think I'm going to take a buy. So I'm looking at the other confluences here. So looking at the liquidity zones. So you can see how price is bouncing off this area. The confluences for the sell are a lot stronger. So we have some rejection points right there. You have some more rejection points right here on the 1 hour. Rejection points right there. On 30-minute, 1 hour, also rejection points right there. So I'm really just going to wait for that sell signal to come up. You know, once the sell signal comes up, then I'll be looking for opportunities for a sell. Don't really want to take any buys here. Yeah, Christian said, yeah, session was a better winning rate. Just go demo after session for study purposes and to practice your entries. In my case, it grows my confidence. Yeah, 100% Christian. So what Christian just said is, you know, he only trades his actual accounts during the live session time. And then after the live session, he'll go over to his demo account and he'll just continue to practice taking entries just to build his confidence. So if that's something that you guys want, if you really need to be on the charts after the live session, guys, I would recommend, you know, switch to a demo account, go ahead and keep applying the strategy and practicing on your own. But for the most part, you know, I would just stay away from your live accounts until you feel really, really confident trading after. For the most part, what I've seen, it doesn't really help if you trade your actual accounts after, because the volatility does die down. After 8 o'clock, volatility is pretty much kind of slow until like 8:39, 9:30. And then from there, it starts to pick back up as we get to mid-session. All right, let me draw a new consolidation zone right here. All right, so looking at this right here, this is the consolidation range that price has been running in for the past, I'll say 30 minutes now. So from 6:39 up until now, price has been ranging, consolidating within this area. Again, I'm still looking for some sells here, but you know, if I'm going to take some sells, they got to happen like down here. I'm leaving this liquidity zone left right here because price is respecting it. So I'll just leave it there for now. Again, I just don't see any confluences here for a buy. Maybe one confluence here, price rejects off that value high. 30-minute over here, rejection off the top end. 1 hour rejection off the top end. Volume profile over here, rejection off the top end. Clean chart right here, rejection off the top end. We have a lot of rejections here off the top end. So you can see from here, I mean, obviously I'd rather take some sells because it's rejecting off this top side very much. Rejection off this clean, off the whole number, 42,000. Rejection right here off the value low on the volume profile. Rejection off the value low and value high on the 1 hour. I guess I could take that line off. It's on the same level. Rejection off the value high here on the 30-minute. And if price stays below this point on the 1 minute, possible rejection right there off the value high as well. So I'm gonna sit tight here for a sell. I mean, I don't have anything here yet, but looking. We had an engulfing candle come up right here, but there was no sell signal. If you take this right here as an engulfing candle, this here would have been a win, 30 points. Price retraced up a little bit, about 26 points, but then it came down 37 points. Within the range, of course. Again, I'm looking for that sell signal. Once we get the sell signal, I can start looking for an MPSV2. Pending sell signal right there, invalid, but still sell signal. Christian said price is also on the 1 hour support zone. See, Shivam has a question regarding the copier. Sure. Shivam said, if it glitches, how can you quickly close all positions? So if you're using the Flowbots, there's a flatten all button. That's what I use. So there's a flatten all button. Um, that'll usually close out all the positions. The only time you'll have like a really serious issue is if you have a connection issue. So like what happened a couple times in the past, it only happened maybe twice. I had a connection issue where my accounts were disconnecting, so I tried to flatten all, wouldn't work. I had to log in directly through NinjaTrader. So I went on the NinjaTrader web app, logged into the account, and then I closed it out manually. But flatten all should work unless you have a connection issue. Yeah, the flatten all will pretty much close out all open positions that are connected to the copier. Hopefully that works if you ever like run into the issue. But for me, it didn't work for just one account, so I had to log into that specific account manually through Ninja on the web platform. All right, so no sell signal here yet, guys. You can see our prices respecting this lower zone and this liquidity level. It's trying to come down. It's trying pretty hard to come down, but it's not coming down yet. Again, looking at the confluences here. So we had a top rejection right there. It was actually nice on the 1 minute. Rejection on the 30, rejection on the 1 hour, rejection on the volume profile, rejection on the clean chart. All right, the sell signal is finally looking like it may close, but maybe not. So this isn't a good area to be trading, guys. If you guys are looking to take trades here, I'd be very, very careful because you can see our price is just respecting the ranges here. Doesn't necessarily mean you can catch every bounce because I know right here it's currently bouncing, but this can easily fake out and then come right back down super sharp. So, I mean, if you want to take the entries right here off these bounces, I would probably look for some sort of confluence. So like look for an engulfing or V1. But yeah, like Glenn said, Wicks City, it's a ton of wicks right here, guys. You don't want to see a lot of wicks like this. When you see a lot of wicks like this, it shows you that there's uncertainty in the market right now. There's no direction, right? There's wicks on both ends, wicks above, wicks below. That means they're just there's not enough power to push price in one direction or the other. Let me check the time and sales real quick to kind of see where price is. I mean, there hasn't been any big orders that really came in lately. I would get a yeah, I'd get a notification if the big orders came in. They're just normal orders. And here we go as price pushes back up. So you can see our price is respecting this pretty nicely. Bounce, bounce. And this is what I was talking about. So see right here how price kind of came down. It didn't necessarily bounce up directly. Came down further and further, and then it bounced. So the bounce isn't always going to happen. But as you can see here, obviously price is respecting these areas. It's going back and forth, back and forth. Let's see, Sam said 42.53, waiting for sell response ranging right now. Yeah, so let's see. Sam's looking for 42.53. Okay. I can see that, yeah. I can see a possible fake out up there. Fake out to the upside right here. Trap the buyers, right? Come back down. Basically a head and shoulders. It's like I don't plan on drawing these head and shoulders, but they always come up like that. Because I'm always anticipating the fake out. It's like interesting because like a long time ago, I used to hate head and shoulders. Whenever people would bring up head and shoulders, I like didn't understand it. But now it makes sense because the head and shoulders is basically it's a fake out pattern, right? Like price reaches a high, takes out, traps the buyers, comes right back down. Same with the opposite direction. I used to hate trading patterns. Like when people would always talk about patterns, I think like everyone had a bad experience with like if you guys were ever around during the IML session, like the IML I guess period when everybody was in IML. Like all they did was like harmonic patterns and like it just was like it was basically it's crazy because if you guys have been trading for a while, it was like people went from IML to ICT and then now people are kind of just doing their own thing. It's like people go through phases. There's like this whole point where like everyone was like just trading. Like it was crazy because they were like a cult. It was like an IML cult, right? IML cult. And if you guys don't know what IML is, I Markets Live, this was like a pyramid scheme. They would teach like these bootleg patterns. I mean, they're real patterns, but the way that they operated was like scammy. And then it went from IML to the ICT cult, right? And then now that everyone's kind of like they're not as like the ICT cult is kind of different now. Now they move over to like everyone's all about order flow cult. This is like the big thing now. I feel like everybody does order flow. So like people go through phases. I've been trading for about like 12 years now. So I've been through all of these like these big groups of IML where they're like, oh, this is the only way to trade, then this is the only way to trade, and then now it's like order flow. The thing is, order flow has been around for a long time, guys. It's not like something new. It's same with like ICT. Like he just rebranded strategies and concepts that were already there. Same with IML. They started calling stuff like harmonic scanners and patterns and stuff. Like the head and shoulders have been around for like for as long as I can remember. So the thing is like whenever you guys see like something new that people are doing, it's been around before. You know, I've been trading for so long that I've seen these types of strategies and stuff. The strategies come and go. Like sometimes some strategies are really popular. Like for the longest time, like moving averages are really popular, right? And then people are just they just shift. Like whenever whatever's popular is what people are using. Doesn't necessarily mean everything is like one's better than the other. It's it's like just do your research, right? If you guys do your research on a lot of these strategies that people are bringing up, they've been around for a long time. They just had different names. So for me, I've been trading momentum and trend like pretty much my whole trading career, and I still trade this way. I don't put too much focus on like trend as much anymore, but I still look at the trend. Like the trends, it's still it's still a factor that I come into play with. Yeah, Christian said those are my first steps. Oh boy, that scammer made everybody lose money. Yeah, so you just said most people in IML didn't make money from trading, they made money from getting people to join. So they weren't actual traders. Barack said people believe that if it's not expensive, it's not worth it. Effectively allowing things to be hidden in plain sight. Yeah, I agree, Barack. 100%. It's really just finding what fits, you know, what really fits your trading style and the way that you like to trade, your trade psychology. Like for me, I like to scalp because I don't like to be in the market for like hours, right? Some people like to be in the market for hours. For me personally, I like to be in and out very quickly. I like to be on a schedule. So for me, I don't necessarily look for stuff like that. I just stick to my game plan, I stick to my strategies, and I just rinse and repeat the process. Thing is, I've been applying these strategies, like these basically the same exact strategies, but like different entry points. We've been trading this way with you guys live for about, I think, 8 years now, right, Brock? I think I've known Brock and a lot of you guys here, CJ and Maria, and a good amount of you guys here. I've known you guys here on these live sessions for, I'd say like over 6 to 8 years now. So you guys have seen, I haven't changed strategies. It's the strategies, like the entry points are different, but the strategies are pretty much the same. We still trade using momentum. We still trade using the trend sometimes. I think the only difference with this here is, I mean, there actually isn't much of a difference. Before we used to enter directly on the momentum signals, and they still work. Like for example, if you took this sell signal right here with the trend, this would be a momentum scalp, right? It still would have worked. Like this trade would have hit. Stop loss would have been at the swing high. TP would have been 1 to 1. That would work, right? And then same with it's pretty much the same thing. It's just instead of entering right on that signal, we enter a little later. Because we look for price to fake out, or not really fake out, but retrace and then pull back in the direction of price. So very similar, not much has changed. It's just different entry points. We still base all of our entries off the momentum signal. So this has been the catalyst from day one, right? If you guys remember, this is the first indicator I ever created, the momentum indicator. Before we only use this indicator, then we added the trend, then we added the trend meter. A lot of this stuff now is not even part of the strategy. It's just confluences. But the strategy sticks the same. It's all based off this catalyst, which is the momentum signal. So again, guys, this momentum signal still hasn't confirmed an MPS. So like if you really, really want to take an entry and it closes above this black line right here, you can take that as an MPS V2. There's no confluences here for a buy, so I'm not necessarily looking to take that there. I'm gonna have to wait until 7:30 actually. Oh, I know you were with me like back when I was using Ichimoku Cloud, right? Brock, I think yeah, you see CJ. Yeah, Ichimoku Cloud was we used that for the trend before. That was before I created the trend meter down here. The trend meter still uses the Ichimoku Cloud. It just I just took the cloud out so you can see the trend instead of having to use the cloud. But yeah, the Ichimoku is it was interesting because we were the only people who used Ichimoku. I don't know anybody who used Ichimoku in the past during that time. I was trying to figure out tools that other people weren't using. And I mean it worked. It worked for a pretty good while until we kind of simplified it into the trend meter. All right, guys. So again, if you're looking to take an MPS V2 for a buy, you're looking for price to break and close above this black line. I don't have any confluences here for a buy, so I'm not looking to take that trade there. If you guys want to take it, feel free. There's just no confluences here. There's a rejection here off the volume profile. There's a rejection right here off the whole number, the 42,000. But that's about it. There's two confluences there, rejection and rejection right there. But this candle doesn't even look like it's going to close above. It's kind of bouncing back and forth. So technically it did close above right there. I'm not in this position, but I will mark it up for you guys here for anybody who decided to take it. I don't think it's a great position. It's an okay position in my opinion. The criteria is still met, so I'll mark it up for you guys. And if you guys want to take it, feel free. But there's no confluences here for me to take the buy. There's actually an opposite confluence right here. There's rejection off the top end, off the value high right there. So I'm probably gonna have to wait until the 7:30 candle closes. Once the 7:30 candle closes, I'm gonna look to see what happens here, whether price bounces off, this level. This candle has about like 1 minute left on it. So I'm not in this position here, of course. But once this 30-minute candle closes, I'm gonna look to see if we get the bounce off this value low and possibly come back down further. Same with the 1 hour, right? We got some rejections right here off the value low. If it ends up closing, if it closes above, then we might have rejection off the bottom end and price may come up. So that's why I'm waiting for the 7:30 candle. Trade's running right now in profit. But I'm kind of waiting to see how this here closes. Depending on how this candle closes, so this 30-minute candle, guys, if this here closes above it, then I think it's going to go up. If it closes below it, I think price is going to go down for the next 30 minutes. Yeah, Trillium said, looks like we are in a range since 9:55. Yeah, exactly. So for the past basically 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so, we've been in this range right here. So I'm going to see how this candle closes because this 30-minute candle is going to confirm whether we're going up or down. All right, I think we're going to be going down. Price may come up a little bit, and then I'm gonna look for a sharp drop to the downside. So looking at this right here, I'm gonna look for this here to push up a little bit, trap the buyers, fake out, and come back down. Because I'm gonna be looking for rejection right here off this value low. So I'm expecting a fake out right here and then a sharp push to the downside. We have an engulfing B1 right here too. But again, like, Glenn was saying, Wick City, look at all these wicks right here. You guys literally see all these wicks right here. A lot of wicks right here. Right now, especially, there's a ton of wicks right here. So if we keep getting these wicks, then I think this is going to come back down further. So I'm looking for that fake out. Here's a fake out right there. See the one I was just mentioning? I'm looking for it to trap the buyers and then come back down. Nice rejection right there off the value low. I'm gonna take this off. I don't want you guys to think I'm in the position. I'll come back and take a look at that later if it ends up playing through. But for the most part, I'm personally looking for a sell here. I don't want to fade anybody's trade, so I don't want to leave that on there and then have my analysis telling you that I think, this is what I'm looking for. Ideally, I would have wanted price to kind of push up a little bit and then come down sharply. But I'm looking at this right now, and this is what I've been waiting for. I'm waiting for the rejection here off the value low. We have the confluences right there. Rejection right there off the 1 hour. Nothing here off the volume profile. Nothing here off the clean chart yet, but eventually probably expect some movement there. Christian said, the pattern that kills me from the book Naked Forex, the pattern is the last kiss, which pretty much is a break and retest. I don't know where they get those names from. Yeah, I know. I've seen that one before too. The names that people come up with or came up with in the past for a lot of these price action patterns are super unusual. All right, let's see. Brock said, I'll skip, now ready for buys if it continues up. Yeah, I'm looking for the sells here. Yeah, Brock said named after a heartbreak, maybe, right? All right, so we have a sell signal here that's currently pending, guys. I'm personally looking for a sell here. So price has been respecting this range for the past 30, 40 minutes now. So now that we have this on the 1 minute market profile, if it bounces off this here, I'm looking for a break and retest off the value low. And then also I already have the rejection right here. I was looking for this to start with. So we had the rejection on the 30 minute, the 1 hour, also rejection right there. Volume profile, no rejection. Clean chart over here. I'm looking for basically a break and retest down here. 42,000 price point. Yeah, market's really making it hard to take entries today. So again, right here, it's just another retest of that resistance point. All right. And it looks like we're probably not going to get that sell here yet. And price is really respecting the zone here that I drew up. See how far price has pushed from here. Okay, so here's the good thing. If you guys look at the candles here, they're starting to be fuller candles. So the candles aren't huge wicks anymore. You can see from these previous candles, bunch of wicks, bunch of wicks, bunch of wicks. But these candles are starting to look a little more full. The crazy thing is that here, I can put the sellers probably back in control from here. temporarily. The crazy thing is that we haven't really moved from this area. I mean, there really hasn't been any direction here. If you look at the range, it's basically been ranging about 60 points for the past almost hour now, it looks like. It's been doing this for nearly an hour. Let's see, Shabam said feels like the buyers are starting to gain control slowly, but let's see if it breaks this range and or comes back down. Yeah, I agree with you too, Shabam. It looks like they're trying to gain control here, but they're just not having much luck. Again, it looks like I spoke too soon. I said the candles here are starting to look more full, but they're really not. They are still very wicky. I'm gonna pull up the regular YM chart. I kind of want to see how it's moving right now. So this is a continuous chart. I think the continuous chart is still off by, or no, it looks like it's back to normal. We're still gonna stay on YMM for now. I'm gonna stay on the YMM chart until Monday. So I'm gonna be on this chart until for the rest of this week, until the continuous chart catches up. All right, so we got a buy signal right there. I guess I can put the buyers back in control right here for time being. Yeah, Drew said Doji Day. That's what it is, huh? Doji's all over the place. I actually haven't seen the market like this in a while. The ATR is actually really low too. It's currently 24. So we're definitely not used to this type of movement. If you guys are looking to take an MPSV2 for a buy, it's going to be up here. I'll see if there's any confluences. No confluences on the 1 minute market profile. The sells are still looking like sells here on the 30 minute. 1 hour here, sells still look like they're valid. I just don't see any confluences here because there's no direction. You can see it here on the clean chart. So let me take this off real quick. So this is a clean chart with like nothing on it. You guys can see this whole range here has happened. This has been an hour now, where price is just going sideways. So we've just been getting this sideways move here for basically an hour now, which is okay. You know, I think this is when the market does this, you have to have self-control. I feel like a lot of people don't have self-control and they want to trade for no reason. You know, that's where the FOMO starts to kick in. So it's good to have days like this because these days are going to train you to basically not do anything. I think that's a key thing here. It's like, so we have another MPSV2 for a buy, but I just don't have any confluences here. So it's not a trade that I recommend taking. It's not a trade I'm going to take, but this is an MPSV2 for a buy. Buy signal right there, price retraced. This candle closed above for confirmation. And this is the MPSV2. So MPSV2 for a buy, but there's no confluences for a buy here. There's no bottom rejection on the 1 minute, no bottom rejection here on the 30 minute, nothing on the 1 hour, nothing on the volume profile, nothing on the clean chart, and nothing here on the support resistance. So, I mean, not to say that this trade's not going to hit, but also I think that a 30 TP is a little too high. You might have to go for 20 or 25. So 20 got hit already. You can see over here, the ATR is very low. Well, it's not very low, but it's like normal. So in order for you to hit that 30, it's going to be tough. I think 20 would be ideal during these types of, market conditions. So 20 got hit. I think 25 got hit too. 30 almost got hit. It's not there yet. Barack said, I'll take the MPSV2 buy if it teases me. Yeah, did you get it, Barack? Oh, nice. Okay, perfect. Yes, Barack actually caught it. Nice work, Barack. So price was bound to break out of this range, right? We knew price was eventually going to break out of the range. Full TP there for 30 points if anybody caught it aside from Brock. I didn't take it, so obviously not going to count. I didn't take any of the entries for today. There was one MPSV2 that came up right here. The volatility was a little too high and a little crazy, so I didn't take that one. And then we had another one over here that came up. Volatility is a little too low. So we had opposite ends of the spectrum. We had high volatility on this end and then low volatility on this end. But yeah, they played through. So this just goes to show that the strategy still works perfectly fine. It's up to your risk appetite, right? If you want to take riskier trades, feel free to take them. I am marking them up for you guys. But I'm going to stick to the game plan. The game plan is really looking for these quality entries that I don't necessarily see here right now. Yeah, Drew said interest rates tomorrow. I agree. I think that's why the market here is kind of slow. People are waiting to see how the interest rates come out tomorrow. We have the interest rate decision tomorrow is going to affect a lot of markets. It's going to affect the crypto market, especially specifically Bitcoin, because a lot of people like to they like to hedge inflation against Bitcoin. So that's going to be one thing. The other thing is it's going to affect the dollar. It's going to affect pretty much everything for the most part, just to keep it simple. So a lot of people might just be waiting for something to happen or some kind of news to come out to hint which direction the interest rate is going to be. I don't think the interest rate is going to change. So let's check the news real quick. Yeah, so the interest rate projections, yeah, the projected is stay neutral. It's not going to change. I don't think it's going to change either. I think it's going to stay the same. So we will see what happens tomorrow. CERN also got in. So nice work, guys. Looks like Barack caught the entry right here, and CERN caught it as well because he saw the rejections off the EMAs, or not the EMAs, the pivots. So he saw the rejections off the pivots, and he probably has EMAs on his too, but caught that there. So nice work, CERN, on identifying that. That's another thing. So if you guys remember the previous strategy that we used to apply, this right here is a market flow entry, right? If you guys remember market flow, it's pretty much the same thing. The MPSV2 is we're looking for the confirmation candle. For the market flow entry, we're looking for the retracement to the pivots. For the traditional MPSV2, we look for price to push up and then retrace right here. So the original MPS entry would have happened right here at the 30 mark. So MPS V1 would have hit, MPS V2 hit, and then also market flow. So if you guys are not familiar with that, these are like, so MPS V2. I don't know if we call it market flow or market flow V2, but whatever, market flow V2. All of these strategies, they fall within the same criteria. Yeah. So if you guys like the MPS V2, I mean, you can also look back to the original MPS market flow or market flow V2. These are literally the same thing. It's just different entry points. MPS would have happened right here at the 30 mark. MPS V2 obviously was right here. Market flow would have happened right here when price pushed up, retraced, would have entered at the pivot. Market flow V2 would have been at the whole number. So market flow would have been right at this green pivot, and market flow V2 would have been right here at the 20 price point. So you get down even lower right here. That's the only difference. Main difference is just the entry point. It's either at a whole number or it's at the pivot or it's at closure of the candle. I mean, pretty much the same strategy. So let's take a look at the confluences again. There's nothing here on the 1 minute. Actually, there might be one right here. So you do have a rejection right there off the value high, rejection right here off the value high, rejection off the value low. All right, we have a possible opportunity over here coming up soon. Nice. So Sam's entry point from up there played through. Nice work, Sam. So it pushed up a little bit and then it came down super sharp. About 18 points. All right, so the volatility here is starting to pick up a bit. Back into the range. So it did exactly what we talked about earlier. So we talked about this with Sam. I was like, okay, price is going to come up here, trap the buyers, and then come back down. And that's exactly what happened here. We have a possible MPS V2 starting to set up. I like that price is down here because we get a rejection off the 1 minute, off the value low. Rejection off the 30, rejection off the 1 hour. See what happens here now. So we have the buyers push price up, and we got the sellers push price back down. We're pulling below the range now. All right, so we got the trend bearish. Prices starting to push below the range right here. We're actually let me hang around a bit for another bullish momentum, maybe a play out. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. I mean, I'm gonna wait for this here to kind of confirm. To a possible MPS V2 starting to set up down here. A little low. I was looking for the bounce right there off the value low. Still have the rejection right there. The 1 hour is a huge doji. All right, so we got the 1 hour candle closing pretty soon. Right there. The ATR is currently at 24 right now. So we're going to be looking for a red candle after this green candle here. So we're looking for a green candle to close and a red candle. If the red candle closes, that's going to be an MPS V2. So if this candle closes red, it's going to be an MPS V2 here. And if it's engulfing, even better. I just don't want this candle to be too big. If it's too big, I'm not going to take it because it's probably have to retrace. Yeah, I think this candle's it's for sure too big. Fuck. All right, so unfortunately, this is the entry that I was looking for, guys. I don't think I'm going to take this, so I'll wait for it. So I'll watch it to see if it retraces at all, and then I might get in like a little later because this candle is just too big. Typically, when the candle's too big like that, it has to retrace a little bit. Also, don't like the big wick. I'm gonna watch it for a little bit. I'm not gonna get in right away. I'm just gonna watch it for a little bit. But this is the entry that I was looking for. I just was hoping we didn't have this huge candle right here. See if I can put a pending order. It's a little too late. I'm gonna hold off on this for now. 419.53. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch it. I'm not gonna take this here. See if it retraces up a little bit. It's too late. All right, so I'm just gonna watch this entry, guys. The thing is, this candle was huge, so when we were following it, it was like way down here, and then I was planning on letting it retrace up a little bit, maybe retesting this zone, and then putting a pending order right there to catch it as it comes down. But it's just looking like it's gonna sit here for a bit. The volatility here is kind of flat. Yeah, I'm gonna sit out of it. I don't like the volatility here. Volatility is too low. You can see over here from the previous entries, all of these pretty much hit right away. So this hit after like basically a minute or two, and then same with this one over here. This one over here hit within a minute or two as well, right? So I'm glad I didn't take this position right here. Stuck to my guts. I already had a feeling this was going to happen. Like I said, this candle here was huge, so it's due for retracement. And it is, I mean, we'll see if it comes back down. This thing might come back down. So the trade's still technically alive. I'm not going to hop into it. I'm not going to get that FOMO. The trade's still technically alive, but like I said, the candle here was just way too big. And like, yeah, what Sam said, it looked like a liquidity sweep. It did, because it came down to these lows right here. Pretty much grabbed the lows and then swung right back up. That's why it's super, super important. If you guys see a big candle like this, don't enter right away, right? Let it retrace up. Don't get that FOMO, because that FOMO could really burn you. And we're back into the range here. So the gist of this here is that basically price is faking out. It's basically like, what Sam said, liquidity sweeps up here, liquidity sweeps down here, but realistically it's just fake outs and then, back into the range. This is the range here. Fake out, back into the range. That's all good. I mean, this isn't the type of market to be taking trades anyways. You can see over here, it's been a ranging market since market open. So like what Jonathan said, no trades is still a win, no FOMO. See you guys tomorrow. All right, Jonathan. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Yeah, guys, I think I might be done today too. You guys can see over here, price isn't really going anywhere. It's staying within this range. So I would be very, very careful about taking entries around these points because a lot of traps being set up. Today's Trap Tuesday. I didn't remember. I just realized that today is Trap Tuesday, CJ. That makes sense. So you can see all the traps. If you guys don't know Trap Tuesday, it's just a term that a lot of people use the term Trap Tuesday because a lot of traps get set up on Tuesdays. Lately, it hasn't been really Trap Tuesday. It's been normal, but this is like a traditional Trap Tuesday here. You can kind of see the range was pretty much pushing until there's a lot of traps here that got set. So if you look over here, this is a trap from open, right? It's a whipsaw trap right here. It doesn't matter which direction you would have traded on open, you probably would have gotten screwed. So trap right there was set up and then price broke below to this new range. And then it kind of just trapped people in both directions, right? Whether you were taking buys or sells. If you try to chase the buys here, trap, price came down. If you try to chase sells right here, trapped, pushed right back up. Yeah, it's a typical Trap Tuesday. All right, I think I might be done for the day, guys. Typically, I would stay after 8 o'clock, but because there's just nothing going on here, I think this is one of those days where it's better to not stay on the chart because if you stay on the chart, you're going to get FOMO. Versus if you just get off the chart and just come back tomorrow fresh. Tomorrow is the Fed interest rate day, so hopefully tomorrow is going to be a little more volatile. We have news pre-market, we have jobless claims, 4-week average, initial jobless claims, continuing jobless claims, existing home sales, and existing home sales month over month. So we got a lot of news events tomorrow, and then we also have actually this is Thursday, sorry. On Wednesday, we have, it's just the interest rate decision. So we have gas stock change that happens every Wednesday, and then we have the Fed interest rates, which are tomorrow. Just a heads up, guys, and a reminder, we are going to be having a group mentoring session on Wednesday. I think a lot of you guys voted over here. Yeah, so everyone over here voted for a mentoring session on Tuesday or Wednesday. So we'll have the mentoring session on Wednesday at 2 p.m. our usual time. If you guys want me to host it at a different time, just let me know. Hop into the chat. Let me know if 2 p.m. doesn't work for you guys. 2 p.m. Pacific, and we can probably set it at a time that works for most people. So if you really want to sit in on the session and you really want to ask questions, just put a time here. If we get enough people to vote for a different time, then we'll move it. I'm pretty much going to be open in the afternoon for Wednesday. So we will probably have that mentoring session tomorrow at 2 p.m. Actually, okay, Shimam's going to be here. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, Nick. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So yeah, guys, 2 p.m. tomorrow, mentoring session. I'll remind you guys again tomorrow. We'll cover whatever questions you guys have. We're probably going to focus mainly on these NPS V2s. I'll go over examples. I'll show you guys confluences. I'll show you guys how I set up my TPO chart. I'll show you how I set up my whole setup here. So basically everything that I have on my chart, I'll show you guys how everything is set up. How I have this set up as my overall trend. How I have this set up over here as our main chart, the 1 minute market profile, 30-minute market profile, 1 hour, 1 minute volume profile, clean chart, and the support resistance chart right here. So I just have multiple confluences. I don't necessarily use them for like entries, but I use them as confluences because I like to see the bounces. So we had another NPS V2 come up right here, actually, guys, or it hasn't came up yet. So this candle here was a buy signal. Then this was a red candle. We need to have another red candle here. So the NPS V2 for a buy here has not actually came up yet. We need price to push up, retrace, and continue up higher. But yeah, guys, about to be 8 o'clock. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. I think I covered all the questions here in the chat for today. Like I said, this is not a good market to be trading in if you're trading directional strategies. If you guys want to trade a sideways entry, then go ahead and trade that. If you want to trade within the zone here, I'd probably look for reversal patterns off of these zones right here. So if you see a V1 variation off the zone or an engulfing candle, then okay, take that entry. If you don't, then just don't take it. The other thing that you could possibly look for is a high-low momentum scalp, right? So a couple opportunities here, but again, I didn't take any entries, so I'll go ahead and take a screenshot of this before we get off the live session for today. There was 2 entries that came up. I didn't take any of them, but I'll put them up here just for you guys to review if you'd like. Let's see, Maria's asking if we can do it an hour later at 3 p.m. Does 3 p.m. work for you guys? Siobhan, it might be a little too late for you, Siobhan, because I know you're kind of late. Nick, does 3 p.m. work for you? I'll put another poll over here. What time? Time tomorrow. So I'll put a poll here. So if you guys can vote on the poll. And it's a little late for you, Shabam. So I'll see what people vote for right here. If you guys can vote, that'd be great. I can't tag everyone on this one. So yeah, if you guys can vote on there, then we will we'll see. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so if that doesn't work, then Shabam will join at a later time. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Otherwise, we'll do the mentoring session tomorrow. And if you guys can't attend that, it's completely fine. It'll be recorded. So if you have any questions, but you can't attend the mentoring session, just send me the question on Discord, and then I will cover your question at the beginning of the session so that you'll have your question answered if you can't be there. It's on the Discord right here, Lila. So if you go over here to the Discord, it's going to be in the team chat. I'll tag you in it. There you go, Lila. Yeah, CJ said, I'm going to take a page out of Kodi's book and take a nap. I know, you notice, CJ, Kodi never got up. So, I mean, that's our main indicator right there. He knew the market was going to suck, and he just ended up staying asleep today. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Again, today's not a great day to trade, so I'm going to sit out. I recommend you guys sit out too, but if you guys want to keep trading, feel free. I would probably lower your risk or just switch to a demo account to practice on. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys here back tomorrow. And if you guys